On here, another Dawn of War 3 replay. So on the left side, as the Orc player, we have Asylum. So on the right side, as the Space Marine, we have Auni? However you properly say that. I'm going to go quickly cover over the doctrines. Starting with the Orc player, we do got the tons of bombs. Shooter boys loaded with stick bombs. We'll occasionally throw another. Hidden scrap and Squig Spotter. With Gorguts, with the Ink Wog causes healing. Zap Noggin, which allow Death Dreads to create a barrier of extra bits around itself. Absorb shots in a circle. Not really familiar with that one. And we have Stormboy commands trucks can do suicide bomb us. Over here, and over on the Space Marine player, we've got the Assault Marine Assault to Leap ability, improved listening post, and reduced cooldown in standard. Kill Team Armor with Death Presence. Death Watch can deploy anywhere you have vision. When Death Watch are deployed, your other leads can be deployed around the Death Watch. You got Chaplain Diomedes. Instead of dying, Dreadnoughts activate Slam, heals enough to avoid death. Only triggers once. And Terminators. We also got Terminators. We do have the Assault Cannon as well as Cyclone Missiles. When Terminators deploy, Devastator Marines with Heavy Bolters no longer have setup times or tear down weapons. It's actually a very potent one. So he's most likely going to go for Devastator Marines. With Heavy Bolters, you don't see them all too often. Most people prefer the las gun variant. When the Heavy Bolters are better versus infantry by far, we do got the Assault Marines jumping forward using one of those charges. We do got the Gretchens. Gretchens are more slotted out the wind versus the Servitor because they have 4 models. I think they do 4 hits. All their pitiful damage. We got these Assault Marines going very far forward. The turret's going to be lining up a shot, but will not be able to finish it off. He will be getting the hits on this requisition generator. A very early pick. We do got that only requisition generator for the Orc player. The Space Marine player has 2 requisition generators. So he will have superior economy at this time. Large part that he sniped that one. We do also got a power generator here as well. 2 power generators. So we will have plenty of power. Boys will tie up the Assault Marines in melee. So I've been adjusting around the settings. My uploads are not exactly as great as I want to be in 4K. I think I need to get a better graphics card because based on how recording, he sniped both of these power generators. Maybe canceled one with this Assault Marine. That's a huge amount of economy harassed, especially this early game economy. We do got another power generator here. May get harassed. He still has 1 charge left. This guy. Gretchens will go in melee, perhaps. Nope. We'll spot the Assault Marines here. I was saying before, based on how I record the videos, instead of using my processor, I've been using my graphics card for recording. It's a bit more efficient, and I'm thinking I might need to upgrade from my 1060 to a 1080. But I'm still researching a bit around, because apparently the speed's still the same, just has a much more video RAM. Not sure how big that important is. Perhaps I'll throw a question on the various websites such as Tom's Hardware. They're pretty good for answering questions like that, I believe. We do got a number of Scout Marines, Scout Snipers, not Scout Marines. Scout Snipers coming on out. They do, of course, have the very long range, but not so great damage. One of the Assault Marines did, in fact, go down. However, they did a great amount of harassing. We do got the Assault Marines actually hitting this power generator as spotted earlier, but Storm Boys are now here. But so are Kill Team Armor. They throw out the Vortex Grenade. They will burn down the generator along with the Suicide Bombers. Storm Boys do got a Blind Grenade coming out from these Scouts. However, they do roll a large miss. No charges left on the Suicide Bomber. On the Storm Boys, but I think they still had the Suicide Bomber ability. And we do got a mass recall here. He did in fact was paying attention to the Wog concert up here. So he knows these guys are marching forward. He's doing a mass recall in order to reposition quickly to right here. They are all back at base now, including the servitors. Number 6 stick bombs are coming on out. I think these are he threw out his regular ones as well, trying to eye for massive damage. Currently it's down to half health. Servitors will be the first one to get in the circle, trying to initiate that shield to come up. He's going to do a fallback. That's probably a good idea, because the defender's advantage is now too great because the shield is now up. You got one cards are being initiated in order to inspire the nearby men as the orcs as they get back. Note orcs are actually fungus. Aren't they fun? Oh yeah, I probably should disable preview mode in OBS so I can go and help reduce the draw on my graphics card. Because of course, if it's saying currently previewing, it'll help. Means that you're taking strength away from my recording into displaying that. Just small things like that. We do got a couple servitors here for defense, but they will melt away. Looks like he's going to launch an attack over here, but he does receive a scan from a nearby servitor. Still only have 1 power here, 2 power here, so he has actually 3 power in total. No requisition generators. This is fully decked out. He could go and upgrade it for increased economy. Another power over here. He has 4 power. No requisition. Bit unusual. You got these scouts here spotting these nearby units. I think he probably should just put them to hold fire in order so you can continue the spotting for these scout snipers. Scouts here so will ward away the Gretchens. Perhaps he should eye getting some power generators. He has plenty of power. No, wait, this is the Space Marine player. He has a bit of power. You could go for some requisition generators. He is, in fact, getting a requisition generator now. This gang coming in down. That's most likely from a Gretchen.
Tactical Marines are in position to commence deep strike.
Attack Marines are now available by drop pod. We've got some requisition up here, as well as a number of wog towers spot from nearby scrap. You could go ahead and perhaps put an observation post here just for extra defense, but he doesn't really have the resources to really support it, I believe. Yeah, he doesn't have resources whatsoever. You got some knobs coming out. Maybe a war truck could go along with it. Destroying that, I think that was destroyed, not a cancel of the power generator. Nice little pickup there. Storm boys will jump in this area, assuming there's enemies, but they assumed wrong, but better safe than sorry.
We have lost a point.
You got these scout snipers slowly. Oh, find the orc Ludas. Outranging them. He could have picked them off. He could have really picked them off. Orc knobs are now out. And you got the various stick bombs as well. As Ard boys with the storm boys now engaging. Looks like drop pods coming in with the attack marines. He does not have that frag ability. Never mind. So storm boys, they could go ahead and throw out suicide bombers into some of these groups. Suicide bombs will annihilate scouts. So he may be trying to save that for when he sees the scout snipers. And now he just initiate a fallback. Oh, my FPS just dropped big time.
Scouts readying for drop.
It's going back up. Yeah. I think this fluid here is very problematic to my frame rate. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why my frame rate dropped all of a sudden. I think it may have been this fluid here. Maybe under physics, so I may need to reduce my physics. Maybe on texture, I'm not exactly sure. I think that fluid is problematic for when recording. Kill Team Armor is now available. Didn't realize they actually got killed off. Maybe he did a recall. You got some lasgun devastators? I was expecting more regular devastators, but he knows. I think he saw the orc knob, so I think he's expecting the war truck to come out. That's why he got them. This Ardboy barely managed to survive. He can go ahead and start reinforcing it. Yes, he is. The servitor has been spotted. The orc truck can go ahead and start gunning him down. Ooh, but that servitor actually soaked up an automatic stick grenade. That's actually important. Now you won't have access to it. But you got the orc knobs. No, those are Ludas. And we got a suicide bomber doing a very good stun hit there. Destroying the shield immediately. Vortex grenade came on out, but it looks like it got cancelled somehow. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. It was already went up to this duration. Chaplain Diami's now out to inspire nearby men. You got the Storm Boys falling back because it's sustaining quite a bit of fire. You got these units sustaining quite a bit of damage. You got these knockback from the Scout Marines as well. He will lose the shooter over here. We do a taunt in order to prevent Chaplain Diomedes using his abilities, but he will go ahead and use them anyways. Ooh! Looks like this area was entirely nuked. You got the Weird Boy on out. The Storm Boys, in fact, safely fall back. Quite a bit of losses for the Orc player, so you will need to rebuild. Will reinforce.
Servitor deployed. Las cannon team en route.
Looks like he's starting to scrap up. He's enabled auto collection of nearby scrap. Each charge increases shield, the range of his scrap blast.
Las cannon team deployed.
We do got assault marines here harassing the shield generator, which will slowly whittle away. But the thing is, if he sends enemies to forces to prevent them to go out, his opponent will send forces in order to protect the shield generator, may leave him vulnerable to attack of his up on the north side. He is sending a war truck. That is the most mobile unit that he has. In fact, he will fall back before he sent out the knobs. I'm assuming there's knobs in there. A Weird Boy, along with some other Orc forces, are now moving forward. There's a number of scouts here. We do got a scrap blast coming on in. However, this is either under the shield generator. They did not sustain any losses, but the shield generator has sustained quite a bit of damage. You got some marksman shots coming on out, hitting the Wog Tower. I think has sustained quite a bit of damage. Yep, he did in fact see it. Suicide bomber coming in from the Warg shot. The shield's almost down. If you were to destroy it and then attack, that would probably be ideal. There you go. The shield is now down. He should now move forward. He does in fact have ejecting some knobs. Actually, no, those are some Ard boys. He does spot a number of last gun devastators here. Just be a bit careful. Ejecting the knobs now. Will taunt nearby champions. He does also have a couple death gun looters for a heavy range fire sport. Will throw in a scrap blast. Will immobilize Chaplain Diomedes. However, the Orc knobs did in fact go down along with the Ard boys. A very good defensive position here. Defense by the Space Marine player, and additional harassment from the Assault Marines. You will need to rebuild some knobs for some frontline, or he is teching up, not teching up, but getting the pile of guns. He's also getting a what is he getting? Some more Ludas. When they get upgraded, they of course gain the suppress them fire. Suppress them, not suppress them fire, it's just passive. Kill Team Iron Maul is now available. He did in fact, he actually recalled those guys. I remember, I'm pretty sure I saw them in that last engagement. So I think he actually recalled them so they can redeploy with a rocket launcher. And he's not going to wait just yet. He wants to try to surprise his opponent with the rocket launcher. No observation post excluding this one. This is the only observation that's been built this game so far. Corrections could go ahead and secure up this point, but nobody's utilizing it at the moment. We got a servitor here. Perhaps he's eyeing for our observation post himself. We do have Stronghold Tier 3 appears. Yeah, we do have all the pods open. It looks like the Orc player is going to eye being aggressive down south. The shield generator was actually cleaned up at that engagement, so that's where actually most of his damage went, into the shield generator itself, finishing that off. Now he can make his way to this turret. Gretchen did get spotted by this nearby servitor, and they will get annihilated by the nearby snipers. The shield generators will, not shield generators, power generators will in fact go down, no problem. And Servitor will get gunned down by the war truck.
No one messes with me truck. We've scouted a small
Do got a Wog Tower coming out. I think that will be Wog Tower number 5. Yes, it will be. So he will be completely teched up. He could call on some rocks. We do got Kill Team Armor has been deployed. We did in fact upgrade them with the rocket launcher, I believe. Suicide Bomber coming on in. We're trying to splash them down a bit, but we do got a taunt coming on down, as well as Scrap Blast. He may still be just in the shield side of the shield generator. We'll mobilize them, however. Suicide Bomber coming onto the last gun Devastator. We'll get massive damage onto the snipers as well. Massive range fire from these Def Gun Ludas. It looks like the... Was that the Storm Boy actually going down? Yes, the Storm Boy just went down. We do get the Orc Knobs now engaging. Chaplain Diomede still has the Rosers, I believe. Nope, he does not. Does he actually have Rosers? No, he does not have the Rosers ability. Never mind. We'll go ahead and taunt once again, luring Kill Team Armor into the fire of the Def Gun Ludas. However, he just now removed the shield generator. Orc Knobs will go ahead and perish by lasgun fires. The snipers are still alive. They can start slowly whittling away in these Def Gun Ludas. The Orc truck maybe either move forward. However, do got drop on in. It is of course a Dreadnought. Do got a call in of... I guess Gorguts? Yes, we do in fact have Gorguts. Storm Boys are still way on cooldown. We could see a grappling claw in order to stun the Dreadnought, in order to save his Ludas. The truck is still here. I think he has a Def Gun Luda inside, and this is a very problematic. Leaving this behind, that's a bit of a loss, especially when it's still loaded up with units. There goes the Ludas. There's just regular Ludas, not upgraded Ludas with scrap. However, we do got Death Storm Drop Pod here, as well as some Assault Marines. Death Storm Drop Pod do of course have multiple bolters. We'll destroy one of the Wog Towers. This Assault Marine will in fact get cleaned up. We got some Def Gun Ludas here for defense. This Wog Tower may in fact go down as well. Very unusual to see a harassment through the Death Storm Drop Pod, but it looks like it's doing quite well. We do got a Suicide Bomber coming on in, but didn't. No, that's a spotting squig. We'll do a significant amount of damage. We got another big track on out. This Wog Tower did in fact also go down. We do got another Death Storm Drop Pod available soon. We still got these forces down here. The Scout Snipers did not get reinforced, but he still has the Dreadnought for front line as well. He did actually secure up this point and placing down a power generator. That's a bit of a waste of resources. The opponents definitely will claim that no problem. Reclaim it. Wog Concert been initiated. You got massive healing, which will also is a good. This is why you went for the Wog Concert, for the reinforcement, the free reinforcements, resulting those Ludas not to be. We're basically free pretty much, thanks to the fact that Gorguts is out on the field. We do got the assault over here. We do got the shield generator being activated by some Gretchens will help stall the point. Now, however, it's being down. It's very vulnerable. We do got assault here. We do got some tank busters. We do got some Gretchens distracting. We do got the scrap blast coming in, annihilating most of those lasgun devastators. However, we do got the Dreadnought playing havoc for his Def Gun Ludas. Gorguts is still engaging. Oh, do got the big barf, I call it, from Weird Boy Zap Noggin. Deathstorm Drop Pod coming on in. Does have multiple machine guns firing. Looks like 3 out of the 6. Squig Spotter came on in. We'll do a significant amount of damage. Shield generator just went down. The Dreadnought will go down shortly. And only remaining the heroes apparently for the Orc player. Everything else got cleaned up. Though there's still the 2 big tracks, and the Squig Spotters here are very good at sieging now. Invigorating Slam has been initiated. Managed to kill off the Weird Boy before going down. That Dreadnought proving very valuable. All the elites are now available for the Space Marine player. He may be trying to ambush his opponent. Ambushing these big tracks would be actually quite good. Currently they're in the kill them far mode. If you were to drop all the elites nearby, that can be very problematic. You do got some mine drops coming on in to slow down his opponent's advancement as he approached the area. You do got a Death Dread coming out as well. Death Dread, of course, to gain the bigger scrap shield. It is a activated channel, so it sounds like he doesn't actually attack. I'm not really familiar with this ability.
Las cannon team deployed.
But if it's a channel, that means it does not.
Scout Marine squad deployed.
It's not a timed ability. It means it takes your opponent's usage. We got the Squig Spotter coming on in. We'll initiate the bombing strike. We do got another Squig Spotter. We'll go ahead and destroy off this shield generator.
Las cannon team deployed.
You may just see actually a fallback. He destroyed the shield generator. He could just wait for the Squig Spotters to go off cooldown and do another barrage. Gorgut's initiating the spin to win. We may see the fire wogs. Increased damage, speed damage, and heals in a circle. Basically becoming a mobile wog tower himself. He's on approach. He's trying to hit the barracks. Just spotting it for the what's it called? The big tracks. We do got scouts over here just reconnaissing the area. Hence the term scout. Oh, we do got. I don't believe that's a Squig Spotter. I think that's from Tank Busters. Yeah. Oh, those squigs did a lot of damage. And there goes that building. I think it was a doctrinal chapel. I always forget the names. There's a nice slow assault. He's starting to make his way into his opponent's base. No Squig Spotters coming on in. We'll start barraging from a very long range. Scout to Marines. Oh, we do got a. He's dropping in all of his elite units. He's doing an all-in counterattack. He can call another dreadnought as well. We do got the mass recall, however, and we do get the stun just stalling off his opponent. We could see this deploy Thunderhawk soon. We got a number of Death Dreads here as well. A lot of range fire, anti-vehicle fire. Turret will go down no problem. However, the Dreadnought did use his Invigorating Slam. However, will get quickly killed off. Huge amount of focus fire. The turret is about ready to go down. Chaplain Diomedes just managed to finish it off. Actually, no, that probably was from the Devastator. Devastators are currently receiving quite a bit of fire. They tried to teleport away, but they got canceled in the middle of the teleporting animation. He could go ahead and fire off his Cyclone missiles. He won't be able to escape. And that is a massive investment. He will have access to one more Dreadnought. Another Dreadnought's along the way. He still has the banner. He didn't call in the banner. That's actually another big problem. You got healing and orbital strikes and shields from that. A whole lot of things. Now we got a big Orc counterattack coming on forward. This is very problematic for the Space Marine player. He sent in a lot of resources there, but now he has to rely on these Devastators. Most of them Lasgun. There's one heavy bolter, but he does not have the Dreadnought for the ability, so they don't need to set up. However, is he actually trying to sneak into the enemy core? His opponent has a massive army on his front line. No, he's going to fall back. He realizing he can't. No, he just can't decide. He's thinking about a base race, but he's not in position for a base race. His opponent's going quite slow. He could go ahead and move it forward, but I think he's just going to play it safe with the big tracks. You got the stun lock. You got Squig Spotters coming on in. Multiple barrages not coming on in. Looks like a large of them actually missed. However, he just get enough shots in to destroy it. We could see an orbital strike. We do got the Orc Rocks now coming on in, trying to use that against the opponent's power core. You probably should initiate shelter when that happens, when the big rock comes down. Four guys will start rushing in. Death Dreads coming in, the tank in. How there's a large number of anti-vehicle fire, but we'll just barely initiate the invulnerability. Has 15 seconds to wait it out. The big rock's gonna come on in. He's actually going to focus straight down the stronghold. Massive. The big rock has come on in. But he's lost a number of his tank Oh, his tank bus is going to be ripped apart by this orbital strike. He is losing quite a bit of economy there. However, we do got a Devastator drop here with those number of death drives here for defense. This power core is off the power core shelter. He needs to start focusing it down. He's a bit far away from destroying the stronghold for the alternative victory. But he will in fact destroy this power core before his opponent does. He had a much bigger force without any elite units along with his counter-offensive. Victory was sort of assured for the Orc player. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.